This is just a quick demo of using constraints with limits. You can see each of these constraints when I open the physics editor has a little bit of a graphic GUI here. Now that's just showing us the axis of rotation. In fact, I think I'd like to tweak it a little bit. That's better. The bar in the center here does not have physics applied. That has physics. That has physics. This is a hinge joint. I haven't yet got the hinge graphic sort of showing you the limits. They're not even really set up at all. And up here we have some point-to-point constraints. That little graphic preview doesn't mean much anything, but a point-to-point constraint is like a ragdoll constraint. So I hit play, and look at that, all those sliders and ragdolls and all those pieces work together, and you can see how they built this kind of complex machine. doesn't do much of anything. But there you have it. So it's obeying all those constraints. There's limits on the sliders. That's pretty cool. I'll show you just briefly, we'll get away from there, how you can create how you can create two objects with a joint between them. Create two physical objects. Here I've got two physics objects. Just for this demo, I'm going to make one of these physics objects have zero mass, so it doesn't move at all. Then what we'll do is we will create a new point-to-point constraint. For right now, they're appearing right at the world center. Eventually, if you have two objects selected, then maybe we'll bind those objects for you automatically, and all that kind of stuff. So I've placed it right between the objects. Looks pretty good. On the Physics tab now, I'm going to choose Node A, choose Node B. You remember Node A here had a mass of 0. Node B then is just going to kind of swing around just like that. Look at that. Looks a little bit like there's a hinge, but that's not really a hinge. That's like a ragdoll joint, and you get a better idea what that joint does on these boxes, which form sort of a chain on the end of this arm. And you can see how they spin and rotate in all these different directions. It's just more like the link of a chain than it is a hinge, although over there it looks a bit like a hinge. Anyway, that's where we're going with the physics.